Hey everyone, and another happy lazy Sunday to you, my lovely weekend warriors. I hope the weekend has been good to y'all, and if not, sit back, relax, and let me entertain you for a moment. So this weekend's movie is the first of many Disney re-releases, and they are pushing the nostalgia pretty hard, showing us eerie but familiar images while also playing slow rendition of those films' most iconic themes. However, this movie was directed by Tim Burton, and I have no idea what he has in mind for this beloved children's film, since the last Disney movie I remember him directing really made me question that mushroom pizza I ate from some random joint.
Whoa, what is going on? What am I thinking? Am I high?
No, that's just the movie. Oh, well, let's just get into this one. Dumbo, starring Colin Ferrel, Eva Green, Danny Devito, and Michael Keaton. In Dumbo, we follow this once famous traveling circus run by Devito's character, Medici. But times have fallen hard on the Medici family circus, so they need something to really bring in paying audiences. So Medici decides to buy a pregnant elephant and try to present that baby to boost ticket sales. But when that baby is born, he's born with big floppy ears. So they decide to call him Dumbo. Oh yeah, and Dumbo actually knows how to fly with those big floppy ears. And it makes me really wonder if there was ever a guy in Dumbo's universe saying, alright, I'll stop drinking. What elephants fly? One tarnation! Hello everyone, my name's Jimmy and I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Jimmy. Like I said, Dumbo is the first of many recreations to Disney's classic animated movies. But here's the thing is, I've never seen the original movie. Look, I was gonna watch it, but I just never got around to it. So I thought this might be a good thing because they have a fresh set of eyes and a new person to tell the story. So, how did they do? Well, let's get into the positives. This movie, at most times, looks absolutely fantastic. Just the way Tim Burton blended a lot of the colors and lighting together, this is what I love about his directing. He just has this amazing skill to be able to create crazy imagery, and it makes for some serious eye candy. The thing I was worried about with Dumbo is the fact that he can, at times, get a little overboard with the imagery, and, well, yeah, it can look pretty silly. But in this movie, he did a really good job at balancing it for Dumbo. And might I add is that Dumbo is the most adorable thing on this planet right now. My heart was clogging up with the amount of cuteness this little cinnamon roll was bestowing upon us that I was like,
but if anything happened to him, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
I mean, look at him! I really like that they stuck with this curious childlike wonder for Dumbo, and the computer animators did a really good job on showing us a lot of emotion with his facial features. The movie was also pretty funny. It had a pretty steady amount of cheeky jokes. Like, there was this one joke that was so subtle that it came completely out of left field. I had to run it back in my mind again, and I'm sure I wasn't the only one because everybody in the theater had a delayed laugh. We were all pretty much like, just because the little boy, played by Finley Hobbins, says this joke so nonchalantly, it adds to the humor of the joke. Okay, let's get into the issues. Oh boy, I don't even know where to begin with this one, you guys. There was just so much craziness going on in the movie that it kind of didn't really work for me. First of all, let's talk about the ridiculous accents that most of the main characters had. In Dumbo, Ferrel, Green, and Keaton were all sporting different accents, but they were all bad. Ferrel was rocking this southern drawl and it just kept disappearing on him, and his natural Irish accent kept popping out. Eva Green was also trying to rock a French accent, but it came off more comedic than serious, because guess what? It also kept disappearing on her too. Every time she spoke, the line would start off with this very super stereotypical French accent, and then all of a sudden just her British accent would come out. And the biggest culprit of them all was Michael Keaton. I have no idea what the hell that accent was. It seems like they wanted him to try different accents, and it was just like this Frankenstein effect. It sounded British at times, and then this Brooklyn accent came out, and then guess what happened? That's right, you guessed it, it disappeared on him, because it goes away. It just disappears in one scene, and then all of a sudden he has it again. I was just so confused. The accents just didn't work for me. Finally, the biggest issue is the story. Now, I never saw the original Dumbo, but I'm pretty sure the humans were kind of a novelty while the main focus was on Dumbo. But in this movie, Dumbo is literally the novelty in this movie. They tried to focus on the human characters rather than Dumbo, and it made for some very poorly acted, poorly developed scenes that they tried to use to progress the movie, leaving Dumbo to be nothing more than a side character. I wanted to see more of this beautiful little angel instead of all of these forgettable characters. So with all that being said, I'm giving Dumbo a C-. I know that instead of trying to copy the same formula of the original movie, they were trying to build a new story, which is something going for this movie, but it just fell really flat because there weren't any memorable characters to connect yourself to. Instead, it should have been focused on Dumbo, because all of the emotion of the movie comes from Dumbo instead of these flat, underdeveloped characters. Well, that's it for the review, you guys, but tell me what you think. Did you guys see Dumbo? Did you like it? Did you have issues with it? Put your comments in the comment section down below, and give this video some love by giving it a thumbs up. You guys can also keep yourselves up to date with the latest movies by subscribing to my channel by hitting that little bell icon, and you'll get notifications for my latest reviews. Well, thanks for joining me, my lovely weekend warriors, and I hope you have an amazing rest of the weekend. I'll see you next time. Oh, and before I forget, this freaking guy is in the movie, and a lot of people know him for his very famous line. Let's get ready to rumble. Well, this guy comes out in the movie as an announcer for the circus. Now just take a wild guess what he said when Dumbo came out. Let's get ready for Dumbo. I facepalmed so hard I could have used my face to open my iPhone. If I had one!